Today, we are taking the high-speed train to the beautiful city of Naples. It's actually one of my most favorite cities in Italy. And today we're going to tell you some very important information on how to navigate the Italian high-speed train system.
Absolutely. High-speed trains in Italy are a wonderful way to move around the country, especially if you're going to the big cities like Rome, Florence, Venice, Milan, and Naples. The bullet trains are fast, efficient, and very comfortable, but there's a few things to know before you travel by high-speed train in Italy.
Stay tuned. Hi everyone, I'm Rick.
And I'm Andrea, and today we'll tell you all you need to know about traveling high-speed train in Italy. But first, if you like travel-related videos like this one, now it's a great time to subscribe button down below so you never miss any future videos.
Wow, well, what great advice. And by the way, if you happen to know anybody else who might be traveling to Italy, why not share this video on social media? Maybe your friends will thank you for it.
Absolutely.
Okay, so let's begin our video about the do's and don'ts of Italian high-speed trains by talking about the train companies.
Train companies, yes. There are two main train companies in Italy for high-speed trains. One is Trenitalia, and the other one is called Italo train. We usually use Trenitalia because we think that the level of service is mildly better, the trains are a little more comfortable, and most importantly, we love their loyalty program. Give us some very good perks like the upgrade we got today. But both companies are perfectly fine, and you will be very happy traveling with either one. On Trenitalia, the high-speed trains are called Frecciarossa, so when you book your train tickets, you can choose between Frecciarossa or Italo. Today we'll be traveling on Frecciarossa, as you can see. Let's talk about buying your tickets.
So for high-speed trains, it's always recommended to buy your tickets at least 60 to 90 days in advance if you can. So this way, you'll get the best price. Now, a lot of you have asked us if it's possible to buy your ticket on the day of traveling or the day before. Well, the answer is yes, it's possible, but you're likely going to pay a lot more money. Also, if you want flexibility to cancel, you can do so by buying a flexible ticket.
Yeah.
Either way, the sooner you buy it, the better it will be for your wallet.
Absolutely. Also, buying your ticket at the train station might not be the easiest process at all. In fact, at the stations, the line for the ticket office sometimes are really long and you have to wait a long time. Also, the automatic machines are not the most user-friendly to use, so for this reason we suggest you to use an app called Omio. On this app, you can buy and manage your tickets right on your phone quickly and very, very easily. We leave a link in the description below, or you can take a look on this QR code up here to download the app on your phone and use it. It's actually really good.
Actually, the reason why I like Omio so much is because it's in English.
Yeah.
And also, if you get regional trains, you can validate those tickets right on the app.
More about that on later.
And this brings us to our next thing to consider when buying your train ticket, and that's pick the right station.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right, so big cities like Florence, Rome, Milan, well, they're going to have more than one train station. And some of these train stations might be quite far away from downtown core. So let's show you which station is the most central one for each city. And of course, we'll leave a downloadable cheat sheet in the description so that you can take it along with you for the ride.
Yeah. In Rome, the train station in the city center is called Roma Termini. In Naples, the train station in the city center is called Napoli Centrale, which is a station we get off today. Now, in Florence, the train station is a few steps away from the Duomo and is called Santa Maria Novella. In Milan, the train station closest to the city center is Milano Centrale. In Venice, the train station right on the Grand Canal is Venezia Santa Lucia. Don't get off in Mestre.
And finally, if you're planning on visiting the stunning city of Torino, or maybe have some chocolate, the station is right in the city center and it's called Torino Porta Nuova. So when you book your ticket, make sure to pick the one the station that's in the city center and the one that we listed. If you don't, you're going to have to get a taxi, which will end up costing you a lot more than any of the savings you may have gotten by going to another station.
Absolutely. Another thing to consider when buying your tickets for high-speed trains in Italy is the class of service. Frecciarossa has 4 classes of service. The standard, that has 4 seats per row and has a plug at each seat to charge your phone or your laptop. And then you have premium, that has slightly wider seats, still 4 seats per row. There's still power plugs, and they give you free drinks and snack that's included in your ticket. Then you have business class that has nice wide seats, 3 seats per row, power plugs, and also free drinks and free snacks. Also, at the business class level, there is the area silenzio, which is supposed to be a silent area, ideal to work, on the road, or to read, or to take a nap.
And that kind of means no loud talking and turn your phones on silent.
Sure. But in practice, it's not quieter than regular business class, in our opinion. There's also the salotto area, which is a tad more expensive than the business class. This kind of like private little suite. But since there are 4 seats in the salottino, it's entirely possible that you'll be sitting with other people unless you book and confirm all 4 seats. Yeah. We tried all of these classes of service, and business class area silenzio is perfectly fine for most trips, especially if it's a long trip.
Yes, but then there is a much less known area. It's like first class, only with 8 seats for the entire car.
Yeah.
On Trenitalia, it's called executive class, and it has amazingly wide seats, along with power plugs, free food, and all of the wine and Prosecco that you might want. Obviously, standard is going to be the cheapest, while executive is going to be the most expensive. Now, for a longer train ride, you guessed it, we think that business or executive is the way to go, especially if you consider that in executive, you're going to have a full meal, kind of like a restaurant, along with all of the snacks and wine that you might want.
Absolutely.
Now, on Italo, they also have the same type of classes, just like with slightly different names. They've got Smart, Prima, Business, Club Executive, and of course, the Salotto as well.
Absolutely. Let's explore another aspect of using Italian high-speed trains, and we talk about one-way or return tickets. One very important thing to know is the fact that it's totally normal to buy one-way tickets for high-speed trains, and doing so does not cost more like airlines do. This is really important if you're planning on doing a multi-city trip around Italy. For example, you can book one leg from Venice to Florence, and then spend a few days in Florence, and then book another leg from Florence to Rome. Stay a few days in Rome, enjoy the city, and then buy one more leg from Rome to Milan, for example, and fly back from Milan. However, if your budget is a consideration, pay attention to the sales. Sometimes there's different promotion offering super cheap tickets during the week, or if you're traveling with 2 people, or other perks. So,
yeah, sometimes they have like the 2-for-1, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's move on to another very important thing when you ride the high-speed trains in Italy, and that's how to find your train.
Yeah,
right?
Don't get on the wrong train.
Okay, so you have your ticket. Now you've got to find your train. So what do? First thing, you don't have to go to the station too far in advance. 15 to 20 minutes before departure is more than enough. Unless, of course, you want to grab some food or drinks at a restaurant or something like that. In fact, most big Italian train stations have nice food courts and a lot of stores for shopping.
Yeah, last minute souvenir, that's a good place.
Now, to find the correct track for your train, check the electronic billboards where it's going to say partenze or departures. Now, this is a very important tip. On the billboard, you will see the final destination of the train, and that will probably or may be different than your final destination. For this reason, when you look for your train, you should always look for the train number on your ticket. For example, let's say you're in Rome and you want to go to Florence. Well, on the billboard, you're probably not going to see Florence, but most likely you will see Milan or Torino because those are the final destinations.
Yeah.
But on the billboard, you will see the departure time. And you will see if the train is on time or if it's late. And last but not least, of course, most importantly, you will see the train number and the track number. Now, the track number is usually displayed 10 to 15 minutes prior to departure.
Once you reach the track, you will have to go to your assigned coach. You'll see on your ticket your coach number and your seat number. To quickly find your coach, check the monitor by the train tracks, and you will easily locate your coach. Sometimes on the billboard you will see a sign that says Prima Classe in Testa or Executive in Testa or Prima Classe in Coda or Executive in Coda. This means that the first class is at the front of the train or at the back of the train. But don't worry too much about this. Just look for your coach number and locate the monitor that says your coach number and you will be fine.
Absolutely good advice. Okay, so now let's give you another piece of very important information. If you travel on the high-speed trains, you do not need to validate your ticket. You only need to validate your ticket if you're traveling on the regular trains, not the high-speed ones. So don't worry or get any anxiety about ticket validation when you take the Frecciarossa or Italo.
Absolutely.
Now, once you're in your coach, locate your seat, sit down, and enjoy the ride. And if you have any bags to store, you can put them either on the rack above your seat, between the seats, or at the entrance of the coach.
Every high-speed trains also have free Wi-Fi. In our opinion, we tried to use it several times, but the connection is not very strong, it's not very stable, so we stopped using it. But if you don't have a plan in Italy or in Europe, you can use it, it's okay. Every coach usually has 2 bathrooms right by the entrance door. Also, almost every Frecciarossa train has a bar that is called bistro. It's usually located between the business class and the premium class. At the bar, you can have a coffee, a cappuccino, some drinks, some snacks, some food such as sandwiches, pizza, salad. So it's a good place if you are on a long train ride to get a lunch or stretch your legs or have a coffee or something.
Could be a good thing to do. Unless you're an executive where you'll be served as much food or wine as you want, a la carte.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, folks, this is all we have for you today. As usual, if you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment below, and we'll try and answer the best we can. And of course, if you happen to see us out and about, don't hesitate to say hello.
Absolutely.
In the meantime, we will see you in our next video.
Ciao.
Ciao.